We are stopping the mom guilt right now. Hey guys, in honor of Mother's Day, we are talking about mom guilt. If you are anything like me, you probably experience it a lot. I have 4 children and the guilt seems to never end. I don't need this, and I'm sure you don't need this either. None of us need this. So that's what I'm going to talk about today is we are going to remove the mom guilt. And it may not totally be gone, but we are going to get a head start on it. Before we get to the healing, I wanted to give you a few tips and tricks that have really helped me in my daily life. One of the things that has helped in my life is called calendar blocking. And it sounds just like it is. It's where you take chunks of time and you put them into blocks on your calendar, and that's essentially your to-do list. The reason I like this is because it actually helps get rid of the mom guilt for me, because now I have a section of time that is for my kids. I won't allow myself to think about the 50 other million things that I should be doing. But there is a list of things that I do need to do. So if we're practicing reading, if we're doing homework, if we're doing just being together time, that is the time we're going to do it. There are moments where something comes up. However, for the most part, I really try to stick to this block of time because I know that it's the most way that I can be productive. So when I have time to do videos, that is my time to do videos. I'm not thinking about anything else. I know they're okay. I know everybody's safe. So I can focus on what I want to talk about. I can focus on this, and I can focus specifically on you. By doing calendar blocking, it has just been one of the best things for me to be effective, not just busy. Because we all know we are busy, but are we really being effective? And that's what calendar blocking does for me. The next thing that was really helpful for me is be present. When you're really worried about the past, that's depressing and depression because you're so focused on what has happened and you can't do anything about that. And if you're worried about the future, that's anxiety and fear because you don't know what's coming. And so when you're living in the past and you're living in the future, you can't be in the present. So one of the best ways to make sure that you're in the present is to just be grateful. And I really love this technique, celebrating what I've actually done right. Because if I'm thinking about the past and I'm mom guilting myself all over the place, I'm really living in this past state and I can't do anything about it. I probably did lose my temper and it probably wasn't a good situation, but I can't do anything about it now. Okay, I can apologize, but I can't change it. The best thing I can do is live in the present because that is where I can change things, is right now. That is a way you are going to get yourself in the present so you can start changing and being a better person now. You can't do it in the past and you can't do it in the future. You have to do it right now because that's where you're at. The next tip I have is stop whining. And I am sorry to say I have not accomplished this one. I whine all the time and it's not good. So I really want to incorporate this one. I actually just heard a great tip that I am going to implement into our lives, and it is No Whine Wednesdays. So what you do is every Wednesday you get a jar, and every time you whine or complain or anything you think is whining, you put a quarter in it. I have a feeling I'm going to have a lot of money in this jar. It's going to be interesting. But I would love for you to comment if you have done this or if you actually have this implemented in your life. I would love to see pictures of your jars and what they look like. And by the end of the day, I'll bet you guys are doing a lot better than I am. All right, now I told you some tips and tricks that have helped me. Now let's get into the healing part of it. All right, the first thing we're going to do is, if you haven't watched the 5 Steps to Healing video, I highly recommend that you do that, just because you're really going to understand what it is that we're doing. So the first step is we're going to think of something specific. And I am probably going to think of when I lost my temper. And so then we're going to psychoanalyze. I'm going to say, okay, why did you lose your temper and not be the happiest mom you can be, which then that leads to mom guilt, and then I'm a horrible person, and all the spiral stuff that leads into it. So thinking of that, I'm going to also, I really like using a drain. That works for me. But again, you can use anything you want. So you do not have to use a drain. If a vortex works, if using a balloon, whatever works for you. But I really like using a drain. And I just think of, okay, what also comes up with that? So while I am losing my temper, I am letting go of frustration is coming up, and I don't feel like I have enough time, and that I just feel a lot of stress because I'm trying to think of all this stuff that I need to do. So this is all things that I am letting go down the drain. And while I'm doing that, I'm also going to thank it, because I am really grateful. If I hadn't gotten upset, that is linked to other things, and maybe I didn't get upset on everything, but I'll probably get upset in the future by not letting this go. So I'm going to thank it, because it was really protecting me and it was helping me. And I'm also going to really forgive myself. And that is a huge one that we need to do. We need to forgive ourselves, which I'm going to do. I'm going to let that go. And I'm watching this all go down the drain. And then the last thing I'm going to say is, I'm a good mom. That's really not the easiest thing to say sometimes, but I'm a good mom. I love my kids. I love spending time with them. They love spending time with me. I'm good at scheduling. I'm good at making sure they have what they need. So as you can really see, I'm putting in positive things that maybe these aren't for you, but they're things that I feel are kind of hard for me to say. So as I'm saying this, I'm also letting that go down the drain. And I'm going to keep doing this until I feel like I can say, I am a good mom. I do schedule well. And this experience, I trust, is right for me. And it's teaching me, and it's teaching my kids to be better people. And all of this is for my good. And I can let this go easily and quickly and with ease. And I watch that go down the drain. And I'm just going to say this over and over again until it is not hard for me to say that. And it is not this contradiction in my head of, no, you're not. No, you really are a bad mother. And I can say now, okay. And you just feel it letting go. And I'm sure this is not going to be the last time that I get upset or I lose my temper. But I am getting better at it. And that's what we want. Now, if this video was helpful, give it a big thumbs up and click the subscribe button. To all the moms and the women out there, you are doing great and you are awesome women. Thanks so much, and until next time, bye guys.